We would like to welcome back Willow Biosciences, which trades on the OTCQB under the symbol CANSF and TSX under the symbol WLLW. Willow Biosciences have recently continued to successfully expand its partnerships to broaden its product portfolio and revenue opportunity. Please welcome President and CEO, Chris Savile. Nice to see you, Chris.
Nice to see you again, Anna. Thanks for having me back.
Good, good. So talk about the latest updates that you would like to share with us since you participated in our last event on June 14th.
Wow, it's 2 months. So a lot has happened in the last 2 months in terms of deal flow. So we've, in that time since we spoke, we've signed 3 new agreements. 2 with an existing customer with CANSF for, one was a continuation of a program, another was a new program. We signed another one with an innovative biotech company for age-related, developing molecules for age-related diseases. Discussions with a number of different companies. It feels, 2 months really goes by fast. Number of different companies with a couple deals, partnerships in late-stage negotiations as well. Our team here continues to execute on the various programs. Our UDCA program, which we talked a little bit about with our partner Sandhill, has really moved into the next phase of commercialization for scaling. So becoming real, going from the lab into a facility. And we recently moved into, had the opportunity for, in a very cost-effective manner, to move into a new facility to facilitate our future expansion. So that's all happened in the last 2 months. Pretty exciting.
That's a lot. That's great. Well, also, since you were last on our conference, you announced what looks like a follow-on agreement with CANSF. So explain that. How are you working together, and what does CANSF see as some key benefits in working with you?
Yeah, I mean, CANSF's a great partner. So, and this is kind of how all of our partnerships go. Or ideally, is you sign something typically kind of small. You go in the lab, you demonstrate some kind of proof of concept that you're interested in making an ingredient. And if everything works, you go into the next phase, which is really a full optimization program toward commercial goals. And that's the one program. So we'd started a program last year with CANSF, which now has continued into that full optimization phase to develop the enzyme and the strain that we're developing for them and the process for manufacturing. So that has continued ongoing for a savory food ingredient. We also signed a new deal with them for developing an enzyme and supplying that enzyme for making a new beverage ingredient for their portfolio. So yeah, they're a great partner, and we continue to build on it. There was a second part to your question there that I've already forgotten, Anna. So.
Well, I think you kind of answered it, but it's really about what does CANSF see as some benefits in working with Willow?
Yeah, I think, I think the main thing is we're partners in this. And so, it's not this I pay you to do this. It's we're working and, you provide that result. We work together. We have a vested interest in these programs being successful. If they need something extra, we do it. If we need something from them, they do it. We're working toward the same goal. I think they realize, too, that, these programs in the R&D stage are very dynamic. The results today's results can determine what you're doing tomorrow. So you have to be working with a dynamic, nimble organization like Willow. And we find them actually the same. So it's a great partnership.
I also see that you announced second quarter results yesterday, and that included some exciting news about new contracts and partnerships. So can you share some more on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, in Q2, we signed, I think I've talked about the 2 CANSF programs. We signed a new partnership with a biotech company for making some natural products for treatment of age-related diseases for both pharma applications, but also in the dietary supplement space. A number of ongoing discussions and 2 partnerships in really late-stage negotiations, hoping to get those done and start those soon. So, and like I said, a number of ongoing discussions as well, really executing on our strategy that we mapped out for 2023, which was to diversify or expand our pipeline of both our own our own products and also our partnerships. So continuing to execute on that and build on the pipeline of opportunities for the future.
Fantastic. And it sounds like you're in the late stages of negotiating a couple of more contracts. So tell us a little bit about what's going on with that, what type of companies they are, and targeted products that might entail.
Yeah, we've really over the last few months have just found ourselves really focusing on the food and beverage ingredient space and pharma. Both industries have a need to bring in more sustainable, cost-effective routes. So, developing new bio-based processes, which are inherently sustainable processes, and ultimately coming with a lower cost of goods. That's a driver for both of those industries, clearly. And then in the food and beverage space, it's really this move toward natural ingredients, which is what we provide with our processes. But the late-stage ones that we're in discussions right now are both in pharma. They're earlier programs, but that's how they typically go. It's a first phase, generate some results, move you into the next phase, and then really toward commercialization. So we've just found ourselves really focused right now on those two particular sectors, which are huge opportunities for a company like us.
And Chris, you also recently announced moving to a new, larger facility. So is this to better accommodate what looks like impressive growth in your business, or what?
Yeah, absolutely. We had an opportunity we simply couldn't refuse to move into, a much nicer, larger facility in a very cost-effective manner, not really increasing our overhead costs drastically, and facilitating future growth. Absolutely. We now have the footprint, capability, and operations to really facilitate that future growth. So we're not limited in that respect, which we were in our previous site.
Well, congrats on that. Seems like what we've seen from your announcements and latest earnings, Willow certainly looks like an emerging growth company. So the last question pretty much is, what are your expectations for your full year 2023 revenue growth over 2022?
Yeah, so in 2022, we really just embarked on this new strategy of expanding our pipeline, diversifying our pipeline, forming partnerships with companies. And as I said, they all kind of go in the same sequence. It's something smaller, you generate some results, and then you go into a larger collaboration, and then you move into scaling and to commercialization and manufacturing. They all kind of follow that same development. So in 2022, we did having just started, we did about $850,000 in revenue, all in R&D. Now, R&D revenue is notoriously difficult to predict when you're going to recognize certain payments on certain things. So all I can say is in 2023, we're seeing a real growth in the pipeline. We're moving to the next phase of development. A number of programs will become much larger, and we expect that our revenues will be significantly higher than that $850,000 as well. So we're moving in the right trajectory. More programs, bigger deals, getting the credibility from the sectors on by executing on these programs, and just continuing to build on that momentum toward that ultimate commercial revenue, which we see coming in 2024.
Great. Well, you gave us so many updates and some really good news. Do you have any closing remarks for our viewers today?
Just thank you for the opportunity to continue to tell you about Willow. It's really exciting times right now with the new partnerships going to the next phase of development, and having an operations in place now to really facilitate that future growth. So it's very exciting times, and I thank you, Anna, for your time and everybody's time listening.
Absolutely. We look forward to having you again on the conference with some more updates. Thank you, Chris.
Fantastic. Thanks, Anna. Take care.
All right, everyone, stay with us. We'll be right back with IntelliBridge.